I'm here.
Yes.
You are. Ms. Monique Wallace.
Thank you. I'm here.
And Andrea Branda. Hi. We have forum. And then four comes will have attitude. All right, so has everyone had an opportunity to review the minutes?
Yes.
Okay, so we can approve the minutes.
Okay, please.
You have them?
Yes. I look with it.
We need, maybe we should come back to that. Well, we need,
And Jenkins.
a vote to approve the minutes. So I'm hoping he'll come back in. Sorry for the delay. Have you had an opportunity to review the minutes?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so
I
are we,
approve.
are there any, okay, approve?
Yes.
Okay, everybody approve it, okay, so approve, no, we have to make a motion to approve the minutes, right?
I make a motion to approve the minutes. Anyone seconds that
I
motion?
second it. Oh, wait, can I second?
Yes, you can.
Yes, okay, so move. Okay, motion. Second. All right, so we did the attendance, and so I just want to take a moment and just go around the room and casually and all introduce ourselves, and then we'll introduce what you guys are coming here to talk about and kind of introduce some of our concerns. So I am Rose Johnson. I am the co-chair of the Cannabis Committee. Soon to be gone.
I know. That's right. That's why I'm nervous.
She has elevated.
Andrea's gonna take your place. She's gonna take my place.
Andrea, you're moving into support.
She said, "Oh, talk to me about that."
No.
Anyway, I don't know who's gonna take my place, but I just think I could be right next to me, but yeah. So I just got voted in as sergeant at arms for the executive board. So thank you, and so.
Congratulations on your step up, girl. You deserve it.
Thank you. So I will not be here
Co-chair.
as co-chair, but I still is very passionate about this integration of cannabis into our community and in a licensed sense, and not and mitigating some of the unlicensed shops that are all around. And this is the co-chair,
Monique Wallace, and I'm really sad that Rose Johnson is going. I don't know how I'm going to need support from others to help me through this transition for sure.
You got your committee here. Look.
Yeah, you're all right, and I'm not leaving the committee.
Yeah, she ain't going nowhere. She gonna help transition the new co-chair and and still gonna be on the board on the committee.
Exactly.
So
just be running the show.
I am Angus Fisher, corresponding secretary of CB5 and member of the Cannabis Review Committee.
Management committee. Yeah.
I'm Andrea Granville. I'm a homeowner, as you guys heard. I was complaining about my neighbors. Business owner in the community and member of the Cannabis Committee.
I'm Jeremy Johnson, multi-media journalist, first media designated geographer for life.
Yeah, my husband.
And Mr. Johnson.
Fancy words. We got fancy words now. Okay, we've been working on our vocabulary. Sure.
Oh, I'm Terrell Bedfield, community member, and I'm filling out the committee membership.
I was about to say, soon to be community member of this committee.
That's right.
So yes, and you applied to the community board, so hopefully you're on.
That week.
All right, so now I'm going to let our guests introduce ourselves, and then I'll kind of walk you through what's going on with us.
Captain Eric Powers, executive officer of the 73rd Precinct. Got there about a month, almost some change. Looking forward to being here as well. So I was sent here tonight by Chief Henderson. I'm looking forward to speaking to you guys about it.
You was sitting here like this was
Like this was a chore.
Absolutely not sure. He requested that I come tonight.
because you would have made here eventually anyway, right?
I would have.
Yeah, that's
That's good to know. Okay.
Sergeant Marfolio, I'm the NCO Sergeant, 75 Precinct.
Nice to meet you. Again.
okay. So we need the spelling of that. Yes.
In
Okay.
NCO?
Yeah.
Oh, alright.
Okay. Neighborhood Coordination Officer.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't even know there was an official title.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
Coordination officer?
Yeah.
Those are the ones that are in where like the
Sectors.
people in
The neighborhood.
yeah.
And your neighbor.
So yes. So the reason that we wanted you guys to come is we really wanted the smoke shop task force to come, which that's a little disappointing. But so we haven't gotten any applications from OCM in a while. We had a slew of them when they first started coming out. We only approved one of them. That shop hasn't opened up. But there's one a few doors down that is popping right now on the corner of Crescent and Fulton. I don't know if you guys are aware. And we actually, the community, we voted against that specific location and shop. So with OCM. So and like our recommendation, Brother Paul!
Brother Paul. He's here. Yay.
Brother Paul, we just did all the introductions.
Oh, right.
We will take. We have the captain from the 75th precinct and and the sergeant for the NCOs.
Right.
And Brother Paul is the final member of the committee that is here. So we have Alice she let me know she's in route. So you'll meet the chair of CB5. She's on her way. So basically, we did not vote for that one that we just mentioned, but we're really trying hard to work in collaboration with you guys to make sure that we get rid of the unlicensed shops so that we can have a dedicated licensed market, but we can't really focus on the licensed market if you don't get rid of the unlicensed shops, and it's whack-a-mole. So we are aware that there was a lawsuit.
Thank you.
And that lawsuit made as we understand, and you guys can clarify for us. We understand that it made everybody kind of shut down on the closing down of the shops. And so we try to know, number one, what's the status of the illegal or unlicensed smoke shops being shut down? Do you have any information on OCM on when the one that we approve is going to open up so that at least we have one that we can direct people to that is one credible, because we look at it like it's prohibition time. Like, it's going to be legal. It's legal at a lot of places. It's going to be legal. We would like at least one in the district that is legal, but we don't want the unlicensed, unregulated. So if you have information on that you can share with us. Additionally, we have a campaign that we are launching out that is links to a spreadsheet that we can share with you guys. That is like people can give us their criminal complaint number, or they can put the address to the unlicensed one that they spot and put it in the spreadsheet, and then we can liaise with you guys. Oh, wonderful! Did you want to put that in the
So,
Without further ado.
yeah.
so just starting off in the beginning, what you said about the New York State lawsuit, and you stated, the license shops, I think it was about 5 or 6 of them, they did file a lawsuit against the city, in regards to the enforcement that we were taking against all the cannabis shops, like licensed and unlicensed ones. So the ruling with that lawsuit kind of limited our inspections with licensed shops. So, meaning like now we gotta search warrants, different ways we gotta go about inspecting those shops. The unlicensed shops, we can still inspect them, without the warrants,
Okay.
whatever. The way we get notified of those unlicensed shops, like you said, 311. That's why I said that. You know that program that you had is actually
Okay.
because that's the way we get.
It's not a little program.
It's growing.
It's broken.
It's growing. It's gonna
It was
be big.
introduced, matter of fact, by our chair
Yes.
down at the borough community board meetings. It's a good for the spread of the borough.
No, that's good. That's good. So that's the way we actually get notified of unlicensed shops is, through 911 calls and 311 calls. And then what we do from the precinct level is we send it up to the borough level, which is that smoke shop task force that you know
Yes. Yeah.
about. And they give it off to the sheriff's department. They conduct like operations there. That's how they get to these unlicensed shops and shut them down and padlock them and do operations.
Okay. So, question: why aren't they here?
Yeah.
And other question is, are they still active in light of the lawsuit?
I don't know why they're not here. I can't really speak to that.
Okay.
So, but they are still active.
Okay.
Like I said, they are doing inspections on unlicensed shops.
Okay. And do you
So-
guys liaise with them?
No, for sure.
Okay.
So like if you reach out to me or like we get a 311 call or 911 call to a location because these marijuana shops they did cause some arrests in terms of like some crimes sometimes or some quality of life conditions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when we get made aware of them, we do send it to our borough, our overhead command, and they do what they got to do in terms of operations and enforcement.
Okay. Angus had his hand up first.
Question: What are some of the causes that can get a store shut down? A smoke shop, because from the last time when the task force was here, it was saying that it's hard for them to identify, try to just like shut down some of the stores. But they gave us some key things like if the stores don't have a license in the window for the products and the things that they're supposedly doing. So they're supposed to have a business license. They're supposed to have, if they're selling tobacco products, which all of them do, they're supposed to have a tobacco license. So it's like, what tools can we equip ourselves with to then be able to educate the community on how to report these stores? Because that's some of the things is like, I've called and did 301 complaints and things when I seen youth in the store and everything like that, but then that's kind of, they said that they have to see it. They can't just take the complaint. It has to be something that they see personally observe on site, selling to youth. So just want to know, like, what are some of the things that we can utilize and educate the community on so that it can help strengthen our campaign to report the smoke shops?
Well, like you said, things like that you see youth congregating in those stores or patronizing those stores. That's not good. We can't make a summary arrest based on your word. Like we would have to personally observe it ourselves. I do know that some of the operations that they do are trying to, like, they do like undercover operations,
Buy and bust.
not like really a buy and bust really, but like they do some like a undercover there, posing as a kid and see if that shop would sell to that undercover. So that's one way. As you said, the license, they gotta have the license posted. And once we get into those shops, like we do inspect the products just to make sure that the products that they are selling are licensed products. But that's kind of really like the only way that we get into them is those ones, 911 things. And we the smoke shop task force and the sheriff department take it from there.
Yeah. Are you still working in conjunction with the sheriff department with these seizures?
So they actually have the lead on these things.
Right. That's what.
We just tag along with them. But they actually have the lead on these operations.
Okay, so kind of a couple of questions. But let's start with the most obvious one. What is the only legal shop in East New York?
the only legal one.
There's none. There isn't any.
Okay. No, we need to have that said.
Oh,
So in this district, there's no legal weed. Okay, so that needs to be clarified because we got them on every other corner. Somebody's doing something, but there's no legal. So that needs to be said on camera. We have no legal shops in East New York in your command. Okay, so everybody else that's actually selling weed in this district is in violation. So with that being said, and the preponderance of these things, the sheriff's department needs to actually shut down this property. And I said buy and bust, but I heard that's the way they have to do it in other countries because you have to substantiate somebody sold something there. So buy and bust is going to be the main part to shut it down, calling because children are there. If you're going to bust them for weed, it has because they sell. Now, when you said you're doing these inspections, what are the criteria you look at the inspection? You look for license or you look for quality of the product? How is that done?
Everything, like you just said, the license, the type of product that they're selling, just to make sure that the product is legal and licensed, number one. And we did, when these smoke shops started popping up, us as a city, an agency, each precinct then did a survey
Right.
just to see how many shops we have in the command. So I know here in East New York, we counted like a significant amount of 50. So
That's all?
So we
Yeah, I'm thinking more than that. It's gotta be more than that.
so far year to date, we have conducted 32 operations.
30 operations.
Yeah, and we got 20 of them padlocked and 12 of them temporarily closed.
We heard that they were finding certain contaminants in these products that are going on. That's a big concern because I'm also on the Health and Hospital City Board and Planning Board. Our children, not only are they selling, quote, illegal, quote, marijuana, but the health concerns for this, the people actually consuming. When you go in to test each product, is there's a criteria? Is there somebody coming who's a specialist? Understand? Is there a certain level of THC or something that's given you as a guideline that this product,
I don't really have the technical knowledge on that. When we do take them, it is sent to MIP lab and tested.
Okay.
So, which is in Queens, yeah. So,
Yeah.
but as far as like the technical knowledge, like the levels and all that stuff, I really don't have that kind of knowledge on it to go in depth with that. But when we do seize stuff, we seize not legal.
Right.
We do take it and send it to the lab for testing. So, because like you said, these shops are illegal. People are patronizing them, and they really don't know what they put in their bodies. So that is a concern. So.
Last point to that, and again, because on the health criteria, I'm pushing with some other folks to try to get some legislation. This is more than just a revenue generator, because that was pushing a lot of this busted. Waiting for the revenue. I have no pretense that the city didn't recognize this as a money maker. They're the legal drug dealers now. So my thing is that with this being said, I don't want they're right close proximity to the schools. I know back in the days there were always certain footage. You would be hard on drug dealers. They were within 1,000 feet of a school and so forth on, and these shops that are selling these products. Is that one of the criteria that you're utilizing when you actually go into a shop? I mean, with this stuff.
That's not something that I saw as one of the criteria. That actually is a great idea. When making stores like legal, that actually is an excellent idea because you don't want the kids
right here,
1,000 feet away. Yeah,
right here, right next to the.
That's not one of the criteria. So, like I said, the way we get to these locations is through 911 and through the phone calls.
Yeah, that's just the hypocrisy of this whole thing, because when I grew up, the drug dealers knew that, okay, you better not be within
their school.
Their schools, they're here all next to the schools, they're here.
No, absolutely.
Senior, PU, right next to the senior center, they had the lines wrapping around them. So this is the problem that we face here and try to look at this as far as the community board vote.
And there actually are penal laws, like some gun charges and stuff like that. And you get caught within 1,000 feet, but if a school with a gun on you, then that actually ups the charges. So that actually is
We have to
Phenomenal
make
idea.
sure that we put that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Paul.
If you guys have like a list of the ones that you don't like the most,
Okay.
reach out to task force and have them get on those.
Okay.
You do, like Catherine said, the sheriff is the lead on all this.
Okay.
You just kind of like go with them.
So,
They make the list, and they compile it, 911 calls.
okay.
So the ones that have like the highest 311 calls is
That's the ones you go-
priority.
Okay. But if we send it to you,
If you're saying, oh, find the school,
okay,
I'm sure they bump that up on the list.
Okay.
And they'll go to the sheriffs and then they'll
okay, all right. Because we have video of them saying now open and they're open, like wide open, active.
And 1118 Pennsylvania.
1118 Pennsylvania.
Remember, that was the Bangladeshi.
Oh, they opened up.
Yeah, that's open. It's been about 3 weeks now. They're open.
At the car
for
wash,
business. Right next to right next
and
to
there's another one right across the
gas
street from
station
Yeah.
on
Facing.
Flatlands.
okay.
right across from the
And
car
so
wash.
these are the ones that we
That came in front of us.
They
and we
came in
told
front
them
of
no.
us and we told them no, and
They
they still open.
Right.
Do you guys liaise with OCM as well to find out when ones are opening up or what is going on? Like what you're anticipating for a location?
So usually get the updates from the task force. They'll
From the
send
task
us
force. Okay.
Whatever they got going.
So the task force should really be here so that they can let us know what's going on too.
You can petition that.
Yeah, well we did. We got the 7-5, we're happy, but
No,
we,
thank you.
we would
Because,
like
you
it,
said, they're
yeah.
calling the lead.
yeah.
They have
So,
to-
If you guys, yeah, we really appreciate you
You know,
guys.
that's me. So the point is, at the same day, we're talking to you, and then we have to hear that
That they have the information,
Let's definitely get you guys some service.
yeah. If they can come, if they can, if you can funnel our concerns to the school.
That'd be good.
We would certainly appreciate that. In the meantime, so that's you guys' homework. In the meantime, our homework, we're gonna get you a list, and I'm gonna share the back end of the spreadsheet for this cannabis flyer.
Good point.
Yeah, you guys take one. Okay, and you
You got
can.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He got one.
He needs one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna share the back end of the Google form so that as it starts populating, you just always have access to it. And I will start just like from the committee, the addresses that we know, I'll just start adding those just manually. So that you just guys have access to the ongoing list. So that's it. Any other, go on.
Oh yeah, another thing. So outside of the purview of an actual smoke shop, we know that there are other merchants or businesses that are selling marijuana or marijuana quote unquote substance. Is it the same process for them? Like let's say a corner store bodega that just is selling over the counter but it's not a smoke shop. Is it the same process or is it like can you all actually go in there and do something about that? Because it's like
Yeah, it's different because it's a bodega. So
Yeah.
we could always do business inspections on bodegas and stuff like that. And we get made aware. Just wondering.
okay. Because I was just looking at some of the wraparound that some of these businesses are trying to do as far as getting it
I'm
out.
trying to do a front as a store. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, I get it. Yeah, they're trying to do like a front of their regular store, but actually selling.
No, but some of them are regular stores. They're real actual stores, and then they just like
money something.
Yeah,
that part.
exactly.
Yeah.
And there's,
Legally.
we know that there's like different regulations for like a license to sell tobacco products, a license to sell vape products.
Yeah.
And so,
License.
like, how do you guys break that out when you're going to do these inspections?
You just check the license, and make sure that the product that they currently have in the store,
Okay.
meets that license.
Or,
So if they have cannabis in the store, it gets seized.
Okay.
The stores that get padlocked.
got it.
So if there's cannabis in the store, the sheriff's gate
Take
can
it.
seize it and they'll get back.
Does that go to strike against their other license that are there? Because they're violating the law, selling in illegal.
I would imagine. I'm not sure.
That needs to be a wraparound type of charge. The fact that
Yeah.
if you got a liquor license, beer, wine, and whatever, so forth, and then you are violating the law. So again, that's what I'm saying, the hypocrisy of the whole madness of I lived in these stores during the day when everybody go with a whistle blow. Then you got to do the buying bus and it was done. It was not all this sheriff and those.
Yeah.
Now that we're dealing with this revenue flow,
Industry.
and that's going to the state, now they're sacrificing our children with these stores already next to the quality of the products, and then these stores that are bad players are getting a pass. So again, that's my concern to the OCM. Go, voice that.
I had another question about, specifically with respect to OCM. We have people who are bad actors who have applied for an OCM license. Either their license got rejected or potentially their license is just in limbo in cannabis purgatory. And does this information get back to OCM and impact their license? Because if you are opening up before you are licensed and being that brazen about it, that should impact, from my perspective, it should impact your pending application.
And it does.
Well, I don't want to imagine. I want to know clarity, how.
Like I he answered before, when I answered this question before, I can't really speak on that.
Okay.
But I would imagine that it does.
Okay.
But I don't know about that.
All right, so that's another thing for the task force. If we can find out what consequences, do they get reported to OCM, or what's the chain of information?
Yeah.
When you
That
guys
goes to
do,
OCM.
when you do shut down an unlicensed shop,
Yeah.
Does it impact their ability to ever apply again? Because that's, part of it is people are setting up camp in our community, and they're coming from outside the community. We had people come from before us, from Buffalo, from the Lower East Side, from all these different places, from California, and they're trying to open up. And we've paid the price for the laws that predated the legalization. So if anything, it should be people in this community.
Profits on.
Yes.
Well, just speaking over Madam Chair for a sec, I think you hit something very key. I think the pending licenses that are out this district, I think that should be made clear to you and Investor Wine, because you'll see, you can check and do spot check. Are these stores open already? See, the pending license, they give you an address. So now you got that address already. You guys say, okay, 1, 3, 4 folks, and they're talking like, we just drive by there. They don't have a license yet. So they can't do anything. So that's where you can
What we can do is put another
Right.
tab on the spreadsheet and
Pending license.
with all the
Location.
all the applicants and what the status was of who we approved, who we didn't approve, and why, and everything, so that you'll have all of those.
No, but I'm saying before they get to us, they're at OCM. They're applying for a license.
Oh yeah.
That address that they're applying for a license is on that pending license.
Okay.
You guys get the gap because it helps you when your manpower, whatever else you said, okay, we're looking at this in the card, or your intel. So you see all these pending licenses, well, and then you're actually doing whatever your patrols are. That's not supposed to be open doing anything.
Yeah.
Automatically you're in violation.
Yeah.
So they're pending. So there you go.
We won't get that, but we do have the list of all the ones who applied.
So you
And
guys
to
are.
us directly, well, not to us directly, the OCM sent us.
That was
So we're gonna send you the list of those addresses so you can get started. This is our
Chair.
esteemed chair, Alice Loman. Alice, you wanna introduce yourself?
Hi, Alice Loman, Chair Community Board 5. I know you. I don't know you. Pleased to meet you.
I just want to clarify what my point is. The task force, that you push, it's a pull push. If the task force they're in contact with OCM, they gotta be. So the task force should get the list of pending licenses.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just send me a list of all questions. I'll put them in touch with the task force, and they can answer those.
That would be great. And they need to, so I think it's two-pronged for Brother Paul saying. The task force needs to be liaising with OCM to get the list of applications pending.
Right.
I'm gonna add a tab to the spreadsheet that we're gonna already have on the back end of this Google form that will list all the ones who have come before us. So you know what the result is and how the community felt about that. It's about maybe 13 to 15 so far that we've reviewed. since we started reviewing applications.
To me, that's a problem. And I was speaking to Inspector Vasquez today, and I shared with him that the applicants that we turned down, but they still opened up.
Yeah.
So to me, there's a disconnect with the city. When I say the city, meaning like the what is it? OCM. What they need to start doing is going after these the owners of the building. You know, you rent into these people and they don't have a valid license. We should be going, not we, but they should be going
Yeah,
after.
that's part of their process.
They should be going after those owners, you know, fining them. Because if they give them big fines, they'll stop.
So I know you guys mentioned that the shops with the highest 311 calls, that's how you guys go and kind of like investigate or
But
is that the only reason? Is that the only way that you could go? Is by those
If you guys let us know, we
Okay.
That's the
just
thing,
go
like-
on to them.
he, before you came, he said this was perfect.
Yeah, he did.
We're gonna just re-roll in it.
And can that be put in a precinct as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
We'll
know,
get
so
you-
that
we'll
this
send
way,
it.
you know, people may not want to say anything to you verbally, but if they can scan it and put the information in, we may get, you know.
So we're gonna give them the back end of the spreadsheet that for the Google form.
Mhm.
So they're gonna have all the addresses so we're gonna put a list together of all the addresses that we know about
Mhm.
and add that manually to it.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna add a tab of all the people who have applied and what the update for their application was.
Mhm.
So that they have that.
Mhm.
So that they understand if there's some addresses that people are opening up and they applied, either we said no or they didn't get their application yet
Mhm.
or didn't get approved yet, that we can, you know, target those addresses as well.
Okay.
So that's our homework.
We're gonna talk to the task force and send
Yes.
information.
They're gonna get Brooklyn
Yeah.
Task Force, the
Yeah.
Smoke Shop Task Force.
Pine.
What's this?
So Pine and Linden.
Okay. They're gonna get the task force to come through because the task force hasn't made it right now.
That's lever?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The inspector said to me
pharmacy.
about lever. We know Levers. When Lever was here, you took his spot. So he's at 1 PP, and the inspector today told me to reach out to Lever because Lever works hand in hand with the sheriff's department with that.
So next,
They're basically like the liaisons.
Mhm.
He's in that task force.
Okay.
And then they're basically the liaisons with the sheriff's office. Sheriff's office, they're the ones who do the inspection.
so I guess what we need from you guys, I know that you're not the lead on it, but you're patrolling these streets.
Yeah.
And this is, you know, it like the back of your hand. So we just need you to kind of be the liaising between the Brooklyn North and
Absolutely.
between the borough and us.
Yeah, which we are.
Okay.
We are.
Great.
No, but like he said, he knows the sergeant over there. So,
Okay. Great.
you know,
Great.
that's the overhead command. So you gotta report to them.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming.
No, I'm not finished.
Oh.
I want to know if you guys could reach out to Lever. I'll do it on my end as well to see if they could come for next month, so that this way, you know, we can all be on the same page. And also, I was speaking to Lieutenant Alamina, who's the nightlight sergeant, lieutenant. I just want us to have more of a relationship as it pertains to the liquor authority license, because we know that's an issue
They agreed to stop their Monday nights.
Really?
for a little while. Let me tell you.
I bet you if we go by there,
The heat is on with them because I know 9/11 Erskine. They sent them a letter, basically a cease and desist letter with the parties. So
I want to speak to Lieutenant Alamina and the inspector, because I would like to have a meeting with the community board
okay.
and you guys and them, because they need to know that we're getting the complaints as well. And what we're getting is, what are y'all doing about it? Y'all giving them the license because they come before us to renew,
Right.
right? So,
And they know.
We've been putting a car out there on Monday, was it Monday, right?
Mondays, yeah. Monday
Yeah,
and Fridays.
in the car out there, when they've been letting out, cause, I got a video.
I got that same. Look, that same video went around. I
I've
mean,
been here a month and I got a video. I was like, oh man.
but that's one.
No, that's right. Knows about it.
So we have a whole thing going on with Cure. It's the Office of Nightlife for the mayor's office. The mayor's office, and we've been working with them to try to come up with something. And we met with them with
Cure, like CURE.
Who's the?
and that's the mayor's nightlife.
Mayors.
But our concern is that on public safety and these licenses, they've been going around the community board without our comment. They go to different friends they have at the center community, and they get sent. We're that I'm telling you, that's going to get a big magnifying glass. So how you got to friends that they're getting these letters of commendation to open up? That place with their gateway has no business to get another license, and it should come from you because you have to make the police department, because the police department side. Do we have anything?
Let them know objection.
Let them know anything detrimental that's happening.
Well, that's why I'm making the record with Cure. I
Yeah.
sent them that video, the viral video. I sent them my body camera video. I got body camera video of people drunk ladies with their
So when they're applying for the SLA, to their high-powered
I
lawyers,
sent them all that stuff. So they have ammunition on their end.
So who I want? Can you get the information for me for Cure as well? Because I know this is the first I'm hearing about Cure. I definitely would like to have these ladies take the lead. Because when I'm not here, it's on them, right? I work nights and I work PMs.
It's hard, right?
Oh, okay, perfect. So when I'm not here,
You actually need this stuff. Can you just take a picture of it?
sure.
well, that cure and public safety, that needs to be shared with public safety. So we're dealing with Kent specifically here, but the public safety committee deals with SLA, the liquor license, and everything that goes on with these shops. Now we thank God we all get the information, but that information about cure.
Yeah.
And what we're trying to do in public safety, because I'm on that committee too, we need to have somebody there, because the main thing we're finding out, everybody wants to sell liquor, because that's where they make their money. And you're getting liquor sold on every corner.
No, I agree.
And so I understand what we're dealing with. We know they're violent and everything, but their money maker is that liquor. You get their intention, we shut down the liquor. Of course. And that's what it has to be. And public safety will have a lot to say about that, dealing with SLA, because SLA is supposed to be having some sort of joint meeting. And we want to make sure that 75th Precinct is in lockstep with us. This is a bad player. For a long period of time, it's no reason to reward them with giving them a liquor license. I don't care how powerful they
It's being lockstep with that one.
Yeah.
And it's like we run into people who try to circumnavigate the community. And so we definitely want to just have that open line of communication so that we're, much stronger together.
So that's why I was trying to get Lieutenant Alamina, because I know, he's been very good with sharing, right? He told us about the feud that's going on with, what's this place? What's down the block? Unity and Floretino. So he's definitely keeping us abreast of that, especially after the shooting and they ran in the building.
Yes.
But I want to continue. Along those veins of the 75th Precinct, whomever is the contact person, and the community board, so that this way we're one of the same, right? When we get the information, we share it with you guys. When you guys get the information, you share it with us. Because Christmas time, around New Year's, they go to the 75th Precinct and they get the extended overnight permissions, right? I think we got to mainstream that, because
Who does the
restaurants.
the restaurants
Go
are
straight to the precinct, talk
Yeah.
to their friends there,
right
and they got to permit they'll stay open from New Year's Eve to
to the next after that.
January 2nd.
Oh, I can tell you, Red Crab is not going to get.
No, but we got folks.
Fulton Street.
People in the 75 that's approving.
So we've been seeing this process that Fulton Street corridor has been very blessed with those type of permits.
So what we've been doing, if you have a new application, we're not agreeing to past 2 a.m. Now, the other applications that's been in, they've grandfathered in, so they stay open to 4 a.m. But we know 4 a.m. turns to 5 a.m., 6 a.m., or whenever the last person leaves. But that's what we're doing. We did a resolution already, and we sent that to SLA. But I don't know why they say the North and the South. It's only one East New York. That just started a couple of years ago. One East New York.
They call it.
They call Fulton Street the North Side.
Just like you divide the streets.
Gateway the South Side. Right. That drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. It's just one East New York.
That's right, one East.
We need to rein it. Buffalo Wild Wings, they don't have that problem.
No, but it is right across the street from.
They have the liquor and they have.
Dallas also.
Right.
The thing is that those are franchises versus.
No, that's a franchise. Red Crown is a franchise.
DJ the parties, the special guests.
And they run majority of their locations the same way. Down south, Long Island,
Okay.
it's kind of ran the same way. It's Asian owners, and they really don't care to interject into the community. They just want to make their money.
So I want to meet with
And
you guys.
they have their lawyers. That's how they go over the community's head, and they just go and get the license from the liquor authority. There is no communicating with the community about it, and we're seeing an uptake in that in the community. I don't know if somebody is talking to them, but more and more people coming for their liquor license with lawyers.
They're arrogant.
We definitely have to let them know that we're locked in together, because the people that live over the restaurant, the homeowners, they're all complaining.
Up there, and it's like, well, there's hundreds of people in the street fighting and yelling and screaming.
Urinating.
Shooting. Legally occupancy of that place.
It's big. It's like 400. I think it's like 470.
Legal occupancy inside.
So we need to have a community board meeting there.
Hold on, I'm just trying to get an answer from you. Hold on. I'm trying to get an answer.
I'm sorry.
You said the legal occupancy of that place in somewhere?
It's about 470. I went there with the Department of Building.
I didn't realize that was big.
I did not think it was going to be that high.
Right.
That's insane. That's an insane number.
Mm-hmm.
And we went there and they looked it up. They looked it up on their system, and I forget the exact number, but it was around. I think it was 470.
How many egresses are in that place? Fire safety.
I don't know.
Maybe you need to put every department on it, fire department, whatever the egresses, make sure you could, before we have a big thing in there.
Yeah.
So right now, you could squeeze them in, but can you get them out?
Yeah. So I had the DOB inspector, and they said they give them a summons for they didn't have their certificate of occupancy. They had like a temporary certificate of occupancy. They didn't have it, and they got a summons for that. It was like a couple $1,000 in summons.
Yeah, but that leads into a cause to shut down. We dealt with things like that. If they don't have that in
Well,
you gotta stay on things like that.
Well, I have a security license as well, right? And I've had my security license for more than 20 years, right? Back in the cheetah days, I had my security
Oh wow!
way back there. Right?
Wow!
Right?
Oh! All right now.
So, I just keep my license current, right? Yeah. Right. So
That was before my.
Alice Love.
right. So when I say that, it's when Cheetahs became a bad actor. They had the fire department come in there one night. They had the FTA come in one night.
Yes.
So but you have to build it up, like you're saying. You got to build the case. Yes.
Sure it does.
Yes.
They usually try to come
Yes.
and mediate first. They try to mediate first.
Right.
To try to get everything under control.
Right.
If that doesn't work, then we can start bringing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, they come in, they look at the liquor. I mean, everything. Yes.
March operation.
Yes. Yes.
That's what the NYPD used to call them. March
Yes.
operations.
Yeah.
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 But now
It's
do cure operations now through the mayor's office.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's what we definitely need, because, I was just looking at some of the reviews online, and people were saying, it's like a ghetto atmosphere.
Yeah.
Music too loud. That's not what we're trying to have in
Absolutely.
New York. We don't want to be known for that.
No.
We worked so hard
To come from there to
exactly to get East New York to where it is today. So to have a business that's, you know, bringing down the property value, but also is a disturbance to the neighborhood, they got it done.
Yeah, no, it was surprising to me because before I came to the precinct, I remember I asked him, I was like, oh, let's go to Red Crab tonight. He was like, no. Fuck it. $5 and they
When you're talking just, you get busted with it. Don't do it.
And then I came here and then, you know, the chief sent me a video. He was like, you seen this video? I was like, oh, I didn't know that was going on. Actually.
He said you're trying to get internal affairs.
Well, we definitely appreciate you finished.
I'm finished.
I got to bring my business partner back.
Okay, yeah, okay, so you're coming back up, but we appreciate you for being good sports too.
Thank you.
So we gave you a little bit of a hard time, but we appreciate you coming and if you could
It's never.
funnel our
We
information
definitely will do that.
to the borough and also just don't be a stranger. You every first Monday of every month we're here.
Not in June. Not in July and August.
And if it's a holiday, we go to the next one.
The next Monday.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's up? What'd you say, Angus?
Nah, I had a thought in my head and it just kind of like answered itself a little bit, but I was going to say, is it a way that we can, that the board or whoever's available can present this to present our, what we're doing to the officers or, you know,
Task force you talking about?
no, to the 7-5, just
To like come speak at the roll calls?
yeah, or just something of that nature to kind of let share
Yeah.
our understanding.
I'll run it by Inspector Vasquez and, we definitely get in touch and let you guys know. That's not
Because we want to hit this hard,
Yeah.
and we want to hit it strong, and before the weather is getting better, and we want to try to mitigate, at least as much as we could from these illegal bad
I know
actors.
run it by Inspector Vasquez. It's always good to have the community to the cops every now and then anyway, so.
This was shared with the borough president's office as well.
Okay.
I shared it with the other 18 boards, and they all took copies. They love it. So if Inspector could have you guys like put it up in the precinct somewhere, like in the waiting area where they wait.
Yeah.
Just publicize it.
Right. I appreciate that.
It would be definitely helpful. All right.
So we gotta get. You're gonna give us your.
He's gonna give us his card. Wait, you already have his card.
I know.
All right.
I don't have it. Take the elevator. You know what elevator is at?
Hit an elevator in the back.
There's an elevator.
Let me show you where the elevator is at.
Anything else you need? Anything else?
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna provide you all the Excel spreadsheet so you have it, and then we'll get your card. Oh, if you so you get
Anything else?
Elevator.
See you again.
Yes, likewise.
Anything else? Anything at all? Just let me know, all right?
all right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So now that we got this far down the line, now that we got the action has been given to the citywide board, I was there, and they're looking at it. They didn't adopt it. It was given to different members at the board. So, I like this idea. So we're building momentum.
Okay.
Now, right now, so when the chair comes back, I think your letter and everything you have, I think we should put a package together for this week's blast. I mean, this week we have Friday blast, right?
Yes.
Let's put a package together for this week Friday and ahead of our general board meeting this month. So now we have time to put the package together, what we want to get out, and deal with any issues that may come between now and Friday. I don't want to go backwards, I want to go forward because we've done a lot of tremendous work.
Yeah.
So in the midst of what else is going on in this community, we're going to have to hold on to our unity.
Yes.
Believe me. Because it's not in everybody's best interest, and I gave us the name because that's how I see Community Board 5 is militant, diligent, and vigilant. And that's the only way we're going to survive when we get ready to go down in America. So I think we watch how we phrase each other, and we do our best to make sure that we put our best foot in front of our corresponding partners and get it done. And I think that's going to give us the results that we want. Because you did a lot of great work. You've done a lot of. I love what we're doing. And just looking at the fact of just want to say this. So we're looking at a place. Now we sat right here. We just gave a big boost to another committee.
Yep.
public safety.
Yep.
Right.
Because we got some information out. I know they don't have them on that committee.
Yep.
So that shows you what our unity can do. Now you got cannabis, public safety, all on the same page with the same player and the same, and like what you're telling the homeowners and so forth will be going through. But just before the breakout season, because you know what's getting ready to go down,
Popping out here.
you're gonna get ready popping. So you know.
So one of the things that we was waiting for you to come back here. We wanted to talk about how strategizing on how to amplify this, because I went into the spreadsheet and the public hasn't started using it. There was not one entry at all. So
Did it go out through the community board yet?
Technically it did, but it was buried in an email that wasn't the Friday blast. It has not gone into a Friday blast yet. So I'm going to email again and ask again if it can be distributed at the, and I sent that in the email this morning. I asked if it can be distributed in committee meetings and in the general board meeting. So I don't know what else to do.
It should go to all committees.
That's what
right?
I felt like.
Every committee, they should get this one, right?
It's relevant for education, it's relevant for seniors, it's relevant for public safety, so
All of them.
everything. So I don't know what else to do other than asking, and this is like I've asked numerous times. So if we can kind of strategize on that for a second and kind of figure out how we're going to get this in the Friday blast and get the community actually reporting this to us, that would be great.
I did have one idea that kind of like stood up in the mind as I continue to go through the CB5's YouTube page and see the shorts and everything that's on there. I was like, oh, this is dope. So probably what can something that could happen is like a kind of infomercial thing, like, kind of just speaking of this, speaking what it's about and everything. And then that short video or something can then be disseminated or pushed out. That's one way of kind of pushing it on our own. So what
Yes, sir.
Yes.
some of what
Thank you, sir.
some of what we're already doing with different oh, he got the Chris cards. He had to crack them.
Thank you.
He had to crack them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Wait,
Thank you.
I need another. I'm giving you this one. I'm special. You know that. You ain't know that. I'm special. Okay. I'm special. I'm giving you my information.
No doubt. Thank you. I'm just special ed.
Hey, because you didn't give me the other
Give me a
card.
text. Give me a text.
Brother Paul still got it.
Shoot me a text.
So I was like, somebody took my other card. Somebody took your
Oh, the other card.
Should I take your card, please?
Okay. Let me take a picture.
No, he's just taking a picture. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, so kind of back to what I was saying, like that infomercial, kind of like something what you had did the one-on-one with chairperson, which you were speaking of, PSA,
Okay.
and really like just push that.
Okay. That is an excellent idea.
That's one way that we can push ourselves and, like a real dedicated short video that can really like get it out there.
That's perfect. Because then I just got kind of tired. So that would be a great way to
Look,
We'll wait till we have conversation.
voice.
No, I think that's powerful. I think what you said to the committee, and that's powerful.
Yeah.
And I really think that we should create a package
Put the QR
for
code.
for the district manager office, because we got time to submit it to her.
Yes.
This is Monday. We want to get this out on Friday in the blast. Any concerns, let us know immediately about what's there, so we got a chance to hash all that out before the Friday blast come. Then it should go out like that,
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a note
right?
tonight with the resolution that I have to sign to let her know to please put this. This has been approved by the committee, by the chair, and it's also been given to the borough president's office.
Right.
It should go out in the Friday blast and to every committee. This should be a part of the folder, right?
Excellent.
And they should
Here's a letter.
they should make copies to leave out here.
I created that.
I'll find it. I'll pull it up. I don't know.
She has a letter.
We can put a letter on the other side if we can do a double sided and put
And I think it's gonna go out under your signature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or either it can be 2 pages. You know what I'm saying? Because people may not like if somebody make a copy of this, the back part won't show.
Okay.
So it could be 2 pages. You know. So yeah. Oh, I thought you was trying to tell us.
I'll wait to know.
It should be maybe 2 pages,
Okay.
and I can sign, and then this way they can have both. But the precinct, they'll have this. They'll scan this. We can get the information. You know, they might not want to speak to the police.
So we have 3 ways so far. We're gonna do the packet for
Friday.
the district manager for the Friday blast.
Okay.
We are going to distribute it throughout the community, starting with the precinct and the stores.
And we can.
And then we're going to do with an AI voice on the YouTube channel with the QR code big.
I saw this in Sandy's blast.
Okay.
I saw this in Sandy's blast.
All right, she did.
The
Yes.
electeds need to put it in there.
The elected should be
The
putting it
elected.
right. Send it.
All the
I'm gonna have Melinda send it to Sandy, Chris,
All of
Senator
Nikki.
Passard, Nikki,
Yeah.
and also
Delon Salazar.
Delana Salazar, right?
And Walker, Latrice.
Latrice Walker, yeah, she could do that as well.
And
They'll probably do the same thing in 16 once they see this,
Yep.
right?
as well, I don't know if this is gonna start being a practice, but as CB5 is tabling here at the Fulton block party, the Fulton Street block party and everything, I think that this is some information that needs to be disseminated
Yeah.
there.
But we have a list of CBOs.
But this is they
Yes.
Send it to the CBOs.
Yes,
CBOs
that
as
is
well.
Cypress Hills, East New York Restoration, Man Up. Send it to all the CBOs.
Right.
Send it to
Right.
all the
Everywhere.
CBO. The district manager can facilitate that, but make sure all the CBO. Then we can also get it to the schools. Same network.
We can find out from Ms. Pugh how we get it. Pugh and Dr. Tomlin.
Dr. Tomlin.
TEC and President's Council
Mm-hmm.
for the
Clinic, everything. The clinic.
Brother Paul can work on
I can
Gotham.
that's 1, 2, 3. But I think that's now. See, now what we've done.
Yes.
Now we've increased our breast, and the fact that it's a good thing.
Yep.
It's a very good
I
thing.
just sent the verbiage to all of us.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, excellent.
So, on the vein of getting it out, we have to do a different and better job of getting the word out to the people at these meetings. It's great that we are fighting for the people in the community, but we got to do something differently to get the community here. You know, like the public safety with SLA, we have to check up and make sure that those letters are posted in the window when they are for review, so that the residents that live in the building, that walk past there, that live in the neighborhood, that they know that on this date, they're having a meeting about the public safety, about the businesses. I don't know, that could be something that, amongst the committee, we talk about how we can get more people in the community involved. But I would definitely like for us to have more people besides us here. You know, for us to have the police department here and grill them like we did. We should have had some community folks here.
Yeah.
To be able to.
Pardon me. We're not talking about you.
No.
Yeah, that's the big gallery.
He's about to be a community member.
Exactly. We gotta think of something.
Okay.
Let us all put our thinking caps on how we could get some more people here. Like,
Okay.
We should market it by saying if you smoke.
Then it ain't gonna be no room.
Are y'all giving me samples? But I think the chair hit it, and that she's also being very humble. We're contemplating the talk about. She's talking about taking us on a little tour, not too far because we're going to preserve our space here. But she's talking about us doing a little tour, like we used to back in the day, hit different parts of this district.
We started it. Under AT's leadership, we started it. We've been everywhere. At the precinct council meeting, I invited everyone to come to our website, the YouTube website, CB5-ENY. I said for meetings that you may have missed. You can go there and see that we're fighting for you, even though you're not there. We're still fighting for you. So that was what I shared at the precinct council.
So anyway, do we have any new business?
Besides us thinking of a way to get more people, that's part of new business.
And to work out this is to strategize on
your email is going to be sent to the district office, right? With the CBOs, the elected officials, the borough president's office. Those are the people that we want that flyer to be sent to. And that the flyer should be sent every Friday.
Every Friday, not just
not hit it and quit it. Every Friday it should be sent out in the blast. Okay. Everybody might not see it every week, but when you see it,
get people in the habit of seeing it.
Yes.
So all right. So that's more of my homework, and then I'm gonna put. I need everybody to send me the addresses that they have, so that I can add that to the back end of that sheet, so that when I send them the link, they can see all the addresses.
I sit there and put it in. I'll put the 311 complaint in, and you'll have it. Sit there and walk down. I'll walk because I'm gonna be for my work. I'm gonna be doing.
Oh, that's perfect.
Going to be going down the corridors and everything, and giving out information for some business.
So you want to split it? Like you could.
You're doing the corridor. Which corridor? Fulton Street?
New Lots, Sutter, and Livonia.
Okay.
So I live in Gateway. I could do everything that's in Gateway.
You let me know when I go there with you.
Okay.
As long as you do it on Saturday.
Sure, whenever.
No, or or Friday after when you get off of work, because I'm on Friday night, Saturday night.
Oh, then that's perfect.
What y'all doing?
Just
going around and get the address. We're gonna just put them in.
You said Chris Bank's office is around the corner from my house. I could go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another thing, can we get some copies made by the district office?
Yes.
So that
we don't have to incur the cost of making the copy.
Right, no, it shouldn't be. I'm looking in there. That big monster is. Did y'all see our new printer?
I saw it.
It should. We're gonna over there and
This is why we got all this paper in my house.
look. We can get those. We can get those made. But what we need to talk about under new business as congratulations first, Chip Rowe. So, as the Sergeant of Arms, you do know that's an executive position, which means that you would have to step down from being the coach, right? We do not, like years ago, the executives were all the co-chairs. We gotten away from it. So, being that you will be an executive, Monique will be the chair / co-chair until we get somebody to fill in with her. Right? But Ro will then be the executive because she'll be the sergeant of arms.
correct.
So we have
Do a
to.
committee, man.
Yeah, she most definitely.
She's a baby.
So we have to appoint someone. Well, not we. I have to appoint someone as a co-chair with Monique. Okay, so I just want to throw that out there to let everybody know for transparency. Like I said,
just looking at the two of y'all as committee members already that's been around.
Transparency,
My schedule wouldn't allow me to dedicate it as much as I can. That's why this is the only committee that I'm committed to, because I wouldn't be able to fight the way that I want to. So I've been able to doing everything I can for this committee, but I know that I can't step up unless y'all gonna pay me where I can pay my bills.
You can't step up and be what? You can't step up and do what? Be an executive?
No, co-chair.
Co-chair.
I'm being facetious right now. Y'all know.
But no, I absolutely want to continue to support. Like when you guys go over to, if you go to Spring Creek High School, both my kids went there.
Okay.
So I'm familiar with the principal.
Oh, yeah.
I would
Great.
love to do that. And,
Great.
So I can't step into that role, but I can continue to support. I can, like I said, I can create anything. I'm a wordsmith. You
Okay.
need images and stuff like that. I can definitely do it.
Got that on your film?
You got that down.
Hey.
So that leaves Brother Paul here.
Do not edit that.
No.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
promise.
So I just wanted to make sure I throw that out.
Okay.
All right. So that's going to be something that has to be in the making.
I don't have to step my game up without Ro, though. This is, I'm sweating. I
You
have
got her. You still got her. You got her.
I'm still here.
You got her.
Like I said, he's just like we said at the beginning of the meeting. You still got the team. You still got everybody here. Ain't nobody.
And Terrell is going to be
And Terrell's
being a
gonna be at
committee.
the community meeting.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I would like to entertain a motion to adjourn.
I second that motion.
Somebody can
I'm
take.
hungry.
I said I would like to entertain a motion.
make the most.
To make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second that motion.
All right.
Second.
All right, now go.
All right, we adjourned at 8:05.
Right, man.
Hey.